You know what it is. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Just want to thank everybody for the support for 2020 and to let everybody know that we ready with 2021. We're going to turn it up. So this is, Brunch with Unique on Sunday, little spiritual joint, something to uplift your spirits a little bit, let you feel a little bit more positive about, starting the work week and getting things in order. You know what I mean? So, we in the house, man. This is what we're gonna do because this how family do. It's a real hard, trying times what's going on. I'm sure everybody got their little stimulus in the joint, you know what I mean? But I know we waiting on the big 2 grand. You know what I mean? That little 600 ain't gonna do too much of nothing. You know what I mean? But that 2 grand we all looking forward to, But we in here, man, we in the house, and we just trying to let everybody know, man, this is a positive platform, it's a peaceful platform, it's all about love. We here for everybody, you know what I mean? Everybody might not like everything that we're doing, you know what I mean? But we're doing what we feel is needed to help and contribute to saving our community. You know what I mean? And for those of y'all don't know, my name is Unique. You know what I mean? I had a club in a store and all that back in the day in Harlem called Mecca Audio. And so that was how we did it back then. You know what I mean? But now we here and we're trying to do something better. I poisoned the community. I sold a lot of drugs back in the days. I'm not even going to front. You know what I mean? I sold a lot of drugs, and that's not to brag. This is just my testament to you. You know what I mean? This is my apology to you. This is my apology to my community. This is my apology to my children that I left. I did 26 years in federal prison. 26 years in federal prison for my wrong youthful actions. You know what I mean? So now I'm trying to give back. You know what I mean? This is 2021. We're going to turn it up. I'm trying to give something back that I took responsibility for. I came out of jail last year, May 15th, and as they say, I hit the ground running. I went and got all the heavyweights from out of Harlem that, contributed to poison the community, and they all stood up and they admitted that. You know what I mean? To let them know that's the first step. We take responsibility for our actions. All of us didn't take the same choices. We didn't take the same choices when the Grim Reaper came to reap. You know what I mean? That means when the law came in. So y'all know the Grim Reaper. We all didn't make the same choices. But, I've come to a place in my life where I know that only God could judge me, period. You know what I mean? So if only God could judge me, only God could judge the next man for their choices they took. I might not agree with it. I definitely didn't agree with a lot of the choices others made. And a lot of them definitely didn't agree with a lot of choices I made. But that's what being a family is about. You know what I mean? We have to save, our youth from going down the path that we went through. You know what I mean? So that's why I said the first thing I want to do, man, is let y'all know for 2021, this channel is not to brag. I'm going to get back to my hood joints that y'all love. You know what I mean? One of the homies been asking me for me to do one on cars and this and that. You know what I mean? I'm going to have my prison talk. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get back in all that. I got the new Wolf video up there now, revised, where I added some more pictures of Wolf children now as adults in the video, changed the music. So just a lot of things going on, man. I just want y'all to know that, I apologize. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? How are you going to rebuild what you destroyed? I'm not going to do anything. You know what I mean? I'm going to assist myself, you know what I mean, to you. You know what I mean? And y'all give me ideas on how you feel that this could be done. I think this is a first start by having this positive platform that y'all could sit down with your nieces and nephews or your sons, grandchildren, or whatever, and watch it to see what a grown man at 56 looked like that screwed his life up by making the wrong decisions. I became a kingpin, sold 25 keys a day in Harlem, ran up and down the East Coast selling crack from New York down to Atlanta. You understand what I'm saying? Had clubs in Miami, did everything big. And none of this is to brag. You know what I mean? It's just to let you know that I had it all. So I was at the top. You know what I mean? And when they brought me down, there was nobody there for me. No one owed me nothing. I had to stand by my morals, my principles, and my honor of what I was raised as to be a man in my eyes, in my shoes. You know what I mean? So I say my in everything that I say because I don't want anyone to think that I judge anyone. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it 100. I'm not here to play games. I'm not here to glorify anything. I'm just here to let y'all know not to make the mistakes that I made. You understand what I'm saying? If y'all got any suggestions on how I could rebuild a community, you can email me at one of the many emails. You know what I mean? Mecca Audio Biz, Mecca Audio Business. You know what I mean? If you want, yeah, Mecca Audio Business, they said only. But just so you know, that's where we at, man. This is 2021. We're going to step this up. If y'all trying to help me, you know what I mean? And save our community, every little bit help, man. Each one of y'all that's willing to get on here, to get on this show, to share your testament and to speak on your tribulations. You know what I mean? Because we all have tribulations and we all get tried, but it's how we handle them. You know what I mean? I handled mine wrong by selling drugs, but I handled mine right when the Grim Reaper came and I went and had to do my time. You know what I mean? I took responsibility for my actions. I didn't bring my comrades in with this, and I don't get no kudos for that. And I'm not knocking the next man that didn't. I don't agree with it. You know what I mean? But it's not my place to judge. So I could sit in front of anyone and hold the conversation and hold the interview because I consider myself as a journalist now. You know what I mean? As a servant to you now, trying to bring you information and content. I want y'all to see all sides of this ugly game. All sides of it. This is an ugly, ugly, ugly game. Let's get that straight. We're not going to play no games. This is an ugly game. You understand? And yes, game. Because we was playing with our lives and our freedom. I lost my brother during the struggle. You know what I mean? I lost plenty of good soldiers during the struggle in the game. But let's stop the games. You know what I mean? And let's live our life. You know what I mean? Let's stop the games and live our life. So this is just to try and point out who's who. So I got some very important people up here, man. I've been talking long enough, but I just wanted it to be said that and understood that on no circumstances am I bragging. My life was braggadocious as it is. And you can see that by the videos that I put up, and you can see that by talking to the brothers and sisters on the street. A lot of people is not going to like what I do. You understand? Not going to like everything that I do. Okay, African descent. If you can build more recreational centers for the youth with the help of our military veterans, youth need guidance. Oh yes, we're trying to do all of that. There's a recreation center that I've got my eyes on out in a little town that I grew up in called Teaneck that helped to keep me out of trouble on Teaneck Road. You know what I mean? When I was a youth, I used to go in there, kept me out of trouble with Freddie Green. If a lot of people from that town know Mr. Freddie Green, you know what I mean? But we here, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try and put that together where I want to bring in classic because people is into entertainment. So we want to build in how people could produce, engineer, you know what I mean? Write songs, write stories, you know what I mean? Write your thoughts down because me writing my thoughts down helped to keep me sane while I was in prison for 26 years. I couldn't read or write when I went in. You understand what I'm saying? My next meet and greet, we didn't have one yet because of the pandemic, but right now, I just want everyone to understand that my platform is about saving our youth. It's not about bigging up how much money Unique had, but I have to speak on that so you know that I'm qualified to speak to the youth. You know what I mean? Because you don't need someone that never been there to tell you how to get there or what to do when you get there. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I was at the top of the damn totem pole, lost everything. 26 years, ain't nobody sending me a dime. I survived in federal prison on my own. All right, I survived in federal prison on my own. I'm not mad at no one. No one owed me a commissary slip. No one owed me a money order. No one owed me anything. I made the choices. Period. I made the choices. You know what I mean? So, what I'm doing to give back to the community now is holding these town halls right here so that we could all speak. I have very powerful, influential people here that's intelligent, of all ages, that's going to share with you different ideas and thoughts, and we come together and we build together. I don't have the solution to all of our problems. I just know what I needed when I was growing up that would have prevented me from going down the path I went, which I feel is this platform. So I'm hoping I'm touching somebody. Now let me bring my brother up from Philly. You know what I mean? Obama, you ready? Nod your head if you're ready, so I know. Get your mic off so that we ready to ride. All right, here we go. All right, this is my brother from Philly. He's gonna tell you who he is. Very influential people we got up here today, man. All right, how you doing, big brother?
Hey, brother, Unique, man, you're an inspiration, man. I gotta tell you, you're before I even let anybody know who I am, you're an inspiration. It's a shame that it took you to get, sent away for you to recognize who you are, but at the same time, you know now who you are, and you're an inspiration, man. Believe me. My name is Obona Hagens. I'm a recycler here in the city of Philadelphia, the city of first. Ironically, you came to me first, the first city where the first capital was. Philadelphia is the first for a lot of things.
All right.
So I'm a retired teacher. I'm an architectural designer. I ran for city council last year, city council at large. Uh, I'm a member of the Freitor Heru fraternity. It's an African fraternity. Ironically, about 25, 26 years ago, we used to go up to Graterford Prison and hold classes called Knowledge and Praxis. Okay, and these classes were sponsored by the Lifers Incorporated at Graterford Prison. Okay, we would go up there, myself and a brother Yumi Odom, who is the founder of the Freitor Heru fraternity. We used to go up there and we taught classes in knowledge and praxis. What is knowledge and praxis? To know something and then to put it into practice. Many people know things, but they don't put it into practice. I also published a hip hop magazine for 5 years here in Philadelphia, Philly Word magazine. We were the first magazine to have Eve on the cover, the first magazine to have Beanie Siegel on the cover, Ostino and Spark. I'm quite sure you read the book True to the Game by Terry Wood.
No, but I was there with I was here there with the homie in Allenwood. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool. So that's where I come from. I'm a father of 3 boys. I have twins. One of my twins is in Amsterdam right now. He's a classically trained musician. He's going to a conservatory over there. And my other son, the other twin, he plays the French horn. He's a classical musician. He's teaching himself how to play the guitar. He's also a baker. He's in LA. And then my 11-year-old, I have an 11-year-old. He's in school. He's a musician too. He plays the viola now, and he's an artist. So very involved here in the city. But right now, one of my major focuses is to get people to understand who they are, to get them to understand the power of their mind, the power of the God mind. Everything that is in existence today, this cell phone, the chair you're sitting on, the hat you have on, the glasses you have on, came out of the mind of a human being. But first, we have to understand how to use the mind. And many people don't know how to use the mind. Now, look at you. You used your mind in a negative way, and you had a choice 26 years ago.
Yeah.
You had a choice, and you can see you have the mind today to do good. We all have the good and the bad in us. But the purpose is to recognize your God power. Your God power starts in your mind. The whole idea of God comes from the mind. So if we can understand who we are, right? Understand how to control our mind, to understand that we all have choices. Okay? We all have a neighbor self. It's a scripture that says something to the effect, don't bear false witness against your neighbor, right? But you can look at yourself as being a neighbor. You have that positive and negative, but the God self is the real self. So never bear false witness against yourself, against your God self. And once you understand that, once you understand the power of the mind and that everything comes out of the mind, you use that mind to create good, to create God. And we all have that power. It's not just the preachers, it's not just the popes. Each individual has the power of God within them, but we don't understand it.
And that's what the whole thing is about. You know what I mean? Me myself, I was raised to take responsibility for my actions because God gave me everything I need to survive within me, and He started with my mind. You know what I mean? Everything comes from the mind. Like you said, today's mathematics is understanding. We must understand the ledge that we walk and stand on. You understand what I'm saying? So we don't fall off into the pit of darkness. I fell into the pit of darkness when I was selling drugs, running up and down the East Coast. You understand what I'm saying? I fell in the pit of darkness when I went in the federal prison and continued to sell heroin and everything else in the prison because I didn't want to change. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, it took over 13 years, over a decade for me to want to change. And that's when I changed and morphed into who I am today. Now, I don't want to hold it up. Let me bring on the big brother Hassan, because we got a big panel back there. And we rolling. I got to bring my brother Hassan up. Haas, you ready to unmute your mic? You ready to come in? Haas is like a pit bull in the back, ready to go. That's why I love him, because he loves teaching the people, man. All right, let's go, big bro.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm Hassan Higgins from Harlem, New York. I'm glad here to be here. They say with three or more is gathered, let the Lord's name be praised. So that's what we're here to do. We pray here, and I agree with everything that was just said this morning. You know what I mean? And I'm thankful that we have the opportunity so that we can build and and help heal our community, because we, besides recreation centers and things like that, we need to heal ourselves. You know what I mean? You can give us all the money in the world right now, and we wouldn't do nothing productive with it. You know what I mean? Because our mind, like what Brother Obama said, our minds are not in the right state of mind. You know what I mean? That's something that to develop. We have to put as much energy into developing our minds as we do into developing our bodies. But the thing about it is that we creatures of habit. You know what I mean? So what we see with the images that we see, we try to become them. You know what I mean? But the most important person you're supposed to get to understand is yourself. Yourself and your ancestors, your family, your members that you come from. You know what I'm saying? Because those all the spirits reside in you. So what happens is our spiritual systems are ways to connect to that. So I'm thankful to be here this morning, so that everyone can have a bigger perspective, because we want to help our community and first start with self. You know what I'm saying? The change that you want to see, you exude that yourself. You exemplify that behavior. You know what I mean? And all the people on this platform have, are doing that. And we all come together, to help heal our community and spread love, peace, and understanding.
Okay, all right. Now let me bring up our sister Lisa so we get this thing moving, get some of the peoples up here. Come on up, sis. You ready? And I knew she was going to do it. Unmute your mic. We just spoke about that.
Sorry. My name is Elisa Curtis. I'm formerly from Brownsville, East New York, but I currently live in Baltimore, Maryland. And I agree with everything that was said this morning. First of all, as humans, we need to find our humanity. We lost humanity. We lost the caring on one another. And in the Bible, it states, Jesus says, love one another. Love is one commandment that we must live by. If you love one another and support one another, we can grow. And if we don't, we'll be lost. Okay. All blank and simple, we'll be lost.
All right. So
I got warm feelings and chills now, because I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rock right now.
All right.
It just is. I'm a single parent. I have 3 adult children. I got 5 grandchildren.
What? Get out of here.
Yes, I got 5 grand.
Oh, man. You got to be
my oldest is 35.
Oh, man.
Okay. And my heart goes out, because I should have been a better parent. I should have raised my kids, more into the word, because now there's so much trapped into society, into the world. They don't know how to survive. There's no one on this planet that's built for what's to come. And if we don't teach them, they're going to be lost.
Yeah.
And what we see now is what was already spoken about.
Okay.
So let's love each other. Hey, love each other, support each other, because no government is going to help us.
That's right.
We got to help ourselves first.
We got somebody all the way in Germany watching. Big shout out and salute to Be Easy from Germany. You can read the little captions on the screen if y'all on your laptop.
All
So
right.
see where we at.
Be easy.
And your friend, the brother Crumb. Yo, brother Crumb, you ready, homie? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready, Crumb. Unmute your mic. Let's come on up. All right, you in the big house.
Peace and love to all the family. I rise giving perfect praise and high honors to all my brothers, sisters, family, and ancestors that came before us. I am your humble brother Crumb. You can find me on YouTube, Crumb TV, almost at 20,000, 19.9. I'm on Facebook. I'm at 60,000 followers. And I'm also on Instagram. We don't say follow. We say give me a Grammy. So if you're on Instagram, I'm at 20,000, Crumb TV _ Hit me up, family. Gratitude to my brother Unique. I see you doing your thing, and I am humbled to be a part of this. Peace and love.
Man, thank you. I'm humbled to have you, big brother. All right, all right, and I love your introduction. You sold yourself excellent, dog. How could I be? How could they be for us? Come on, big brother. Unmute the mic. Let's ride. Make sure the mic unmute. All right. So here we go. And it's still not unmute. Unmute the mic, big brother. Your mic.
Peace and love, family. Peace and love, family. Little hang up there. Peace and love on this beautiful Sunday. This is how can they be for us?
Okay, all right. Okay.
How can they be for us? I'm pleased to be here with all my brethren and sisterin on this platform here. Peace to Unique for this. You got a real story here, family. And I appreciate you bringing me on this platform to add info.
Okay, all right. So now we're gonna bring the good brother Stay Woke up. Let's come on in, brother. You woke?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, good morning to all the people, brothers and sisters out there. My name is Sharif Abdul Shakur. I'm a Harlem resident. I just want to say powerful beginning. The brother that spoke in the beginning, definitely in terms of us elevating our mind, our thoughts are our actual reality. Everything that we think and conceive as a thought becomes our actual reality. You know, from the time you wake up, you think about washing your face. That thought has become a fruition. You have washed your face. So it's very true that our minds are more powerful than we actually can conceive at this point. You know, the things that we perceive that we may want, the Heavenly Father has given us everything that we could possibly need at this point in time. There's nothing that I need right now that I don't already have or can manifest having if I truly want it by using my mind, you know. So, you know, I'm a vendor. I'm a t-shirt vendor. I make t-shirts, hats. You know, I try to bring people to consciousness by elevating ourselves and bring it back to a time where economically we didn't have a problem, and trying to find a descendant from the Black Wall Street era that can kind of more or less bring all of us together economically and see how they conquered that, because they conquered that white supremacy in Black Wall Street. They made it possible for us to be creators of our own way of life, from down to tailoring our own shoes, creating our own flattening irons, peanut butter, milk. We were the creators of everything, and we still are. You know, our minds have been drawn into this world, this matrix world of accepting everything that we see. And then once the veil has been unlifted, where we can no longer see those things, we're going to have to go back to the essence. And the essence was using your God-gifted mind to create your own reality. And then I applaud the brother for putting the platform together, because that was a thought. That was a thought first, brother. That was a straight thought you had in your mind, and you made it a reality. So that it goes to prove, like the brother said, we are creators. We can create a heaven on earth right here in front of us if we only use our mind to better it.
All right, that's beautiful. Let's bring the brother Kyle. We got to bring the female in. We're going to bring you in next, big bro. We got to get the Sequala. Let's come on in, sis. Unmute the mic, babe. Unmute the mic. Unmute the mic. There we go. Your turn. You on the big house.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shaquala, and I was invited by Hassan Higgins. I formerly used to live in East New York, Brownsville, Crown Heights, Queens, Bronx. I've been there. moved to North Carolina, and then now I'm here in Georgia. So I like to basically piggyback off of what everybody stated, and in factual, I believe it comes down to beginning with what Unique stated, how Ogbonna and Hassan, everybody spoke on this, but still also going through how not to revert back to the carnal mind once you have chosen the path to walk positive, and then also just being challenged at unexpected times and trying to still keep forward.
Beautiful.
Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
All right. Now, just
Amen.
so everyone know, we over here at Unique Mecca Audio TV at YouTube. Unique Mecca Audio at YouTube. But this program is supposed to be on Unique Mecca Audio TV at YouTube. So I need everyone to go sign up for Unique Mecca Audio TV at YouTube, because this video and the other grown folk prison talk and other things like that will be shown on Unique Mecca Audio TV, so that we can keep this for the street stuff, you know what I mean, as far as for the youth that's still into that, because that's what the platform was built on. But at the same time, this has the most people. We had 19,000 pushing 20, and we're just reaching out to who we reach out to, and then we're going to put the video at Unique Mecca Audio TV. So if you come back and it's not here, that's where it'll be at, because that's where it belongs. Now let me bring Cosmetology in and we get this conversation popping. You ready? Unmute your joint, family. I see he's smiling. I like when I keep him down there a minute. He's been down here 27 minutes, 26 minutes, 33 seconds, and he hype and ready to go like a pit bull in a cage. Let's go, baby.
Peace, and love. This Cosmology Bay. I want to say what's up to everyone. Thank you for having me. My brother Hassan invited me. He's been promoting the show, telling me about it, and I'm just happy to be here. I have to agree with everything that everyone said. I think our life from the beginning to the end is a plan of God, and we're here to unveil our hidden talent, man, to the world. And I want to give a big shout out to the brother Unique for doing that. I learned so much from him in this little bit of time from just watching his shows and everything, and teaching brothers how to take responsibility for self and give back to the community, man. So I want to take my hat off to you, and peace and love to everyone else.
Thank you, big bro. Now, Brother Obama, he hit the topic right on the head. I was raised a 5%er, you know what I mean? And I believe everything starts with self, everything comes from the mind, you know what I mean? Now, whatever you want, first of all, you came from an atom, you know what I mean? Which was nothing more than millions of atoms in the universe, and all of that came from thought, you know what I mean? So it's a bunch of thoughts in the universe, and we decided that we needed the supreme arm, leg, head, in order to make a physical structure better ourselves and elevate to the next level. You know what I mean? So from those thoughts, you know what I mean, is how we came together, all the atoms came together and we became the power. That's what they call Allah. You know what I mean? Al is the, and law means the power, the deity. You know what I mean? So we came together as one and we created this wonderful universe. But someplace along the line, we all started, many started feeling we was more superior than the others, and we branched off to do other things, you know what I mean? Instead of following the word that we was created to follow from these atoms, you know what I mean? Because we all have positive thoughts and negative thoughts, but we have to know how to balance them. You know what I mean? We have to know how to balance them. That's why you see the cartoons will have a angel on one shoulder, you know what I mean, and a devil on the other shoulder, and they're talking to him, and they're in the middle, say, "Man, kill him! No, don't do it. Kill him. You know what's gonna happen. You kill him." And he play all that, but you got to know how to play that out in real time. I got a class that I teach called that I was a part of called CBT, Cognitive Behavior Therapy, and I'm quite sure some of y'all know about this. That's watching this, or that's on the panel, where you have to know how to get your mind right to analyze situations instantly before you make that one split-second decision that could cost you the rest of your life or 26 years in prison like it did me. You know what I mean? Because I knew selling drugs was wrong. I didn't know the amount of time I was going to get, and I figured being slick, you know what I mean? Man, they give me a couple of years, I done made a couple of million, I'm good. But when them people grab their hands around my neck, you know what I mean? They said, "No, we putting you away for life. And the only way to help yourself is to bring us as many as your brothers in as you can." You understand what I'm saying? So I had to make a choice. Do I bring in my brothers and save me? You know what I mean? By bringing in my brothers, you know what I mean? Or do I stand tall and take responsibility for my actions, for my downfall, for my mistake. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I chose to do. You know what I mean? But that don't make me any better than the next man. That just makes me my own man.
Amen.
You know,
Amen.
my own man. And that's what it is. So that's why I tell the youth, and this is what I want y'all to keep in mind with this platform and this topic today is don't get involved in crime. Don't break the law. You know what I mean? Like the sister said, read the good book. I don't care if you read the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Circuit 7. You know what I mean? Read something and believe in something higher than you. And then, you know, God is going to take you the way it need to be. No matter what names we put on it, God, Jehovah, Buddha, you know what I mean? It's still one God, one higher power. And that's where we at. And that's what we here preaching today. Now, if anybody else got anything else or questions or topics out the panel, let's get this thing rolling. Let's move.
Can I interject real quick? That was beautiful. My thing is like what I be trying to figure out now in this current time is just like the Egyptians, the pharaohs, they had people who were possessed a certain skill, more or less to say. Each and every person on this panel possesses a certain skill, which helped build up the kingdom. So there were slaves, mind you, there were slaves during that time, but those slaves each possessed something to elevate the kingdom. So each and every person on this panel has some sort of gift that can be souped together to build up the foundation that will never be torn down because it's black built. We know which key element, your role that you play in making this foundation stand strong, your role as helping to bring others into it, my role to help brothers be conscious of it. Everyone played a role in Black Wall Street. We didn't need for anything outside of other than what we had to work with. And that goes from picking cotton, that goes for being slaves upon ships. Everyone worked together with little knowledge they had and possessed on their own. And it kept them together. And I think it would do well to keep everyone together today if we found out what is your creative talent? You know, I'm a cook. I cook. I have a ability to print T-shirts. I do all vast of things. And we all have these talents. But when they're brought together, it's the most fearful thing in the eyes of the oppressor because they see that, one, we can all come together, not fight and argue about our hidden talents. We can, two, put those hidden talents together and make them work for ourselves. And three, we don't need any outside help from any other enforcers that may want to tear it down. You understand? So that's what I'm trying to grasp as us coming together, not just on all the levels, you know, the clay, the mold that brings the foundation of a building together. We all possess that. Each and every person on this panel has a hidden talent that can be brought together to bring up a foundation that needs no support from some white outside superiorities, you know, that we are our Black Wall Street. We are the people that build the foundations to making all these machine factory companies run. We are the backbone to that. We people just need to realize, to wake up, to stay woke to the fact that if I didn't go to Macy's and make that machine run, Macy's wouldn't run. Yeah. They'll hire other laborers to do it, but if I'm doing a better job than an outside foreigner, they're going to keep me on, but they're not going to give me the money to stay on. But they'll keep that outside foreigner on, and they're not going to do the same kind of work, the work ethic that I put out to make that foundation stay strong, stay making money. Because we are the machine to everything that runs in this country.
You said something very positive and very powerful when you said we all possess a unique skill. You know?
Yeah, we do.
No, you're right. And I'm getting ready to show you. God put us all along each other's path for a reason. You know what I mean? We just have to listen to our minds that he gave us and our hearts that's pure and try and keep it.
Like you said, we can manifest anything. We can manifest an ark right now if we wanted to. We can build an ark.
Because like you said, right there, we put together the merch line, you know what I mean? And you just said you build T-shirts. So we wouldn't have known that unless we gave you a chance to speak and listen.
Absolutely.
So we'll talk to you after the show about that, being that we know that you're into that, because we got the merch line going on. You know, each one, like you said, we have our unique set of skills. And just like, and it's crazy, it's like the Romans back in the days. They had God of rain, God of forest, God of water. You know,
They
God
hired
of
specific
God
people
of
to do specific
electricity,
jobs. Yes.
everything. But when they hear the word God, they panic and oh no, Jesus Christ, and get into the religious aspect of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Genesis 1:26 said that we was made in God's image. You understand what I'm saying? So we're all gods. You know what I mean?
Created by nature.
Over ourselves. You know, because God gave us the will to govern ourselves.
Yes.
I made the choices to violate. You understand what I'm saying? Those choices that I know that God gave me, that He wanted me to follow, because I decided to chase the fast, quick money, the fancy cars, the women. Go ahead, Elisa. I just want to get the conversation started.
Yes.
Unmute yourself. We're not going to do it.
God created us. He gave us free will. It was up to us what we was going to do with that.
Exactly.
Well, we're going to do something positive. Well, we're going to do something negative.
Exactly.
And when you do something, for us to be all positive, we got to learn how to love one another. Because right now, as I said before, humanity, we don't love each other.
Mm-hmm.
We want to fight, want to kill, want to take from each other. It's like a crabs in a bucket. When one try to get out of that bucket, them crabs stop pulling you back down. They don't want to see you doing what you are created to do. They want to kick dirt on you. They want to talk bad about you. But see, we got to learn how to love one another to be able to grow, to be able to move on.
Okay.
To create, I mean,
it can
we
be
all
done.
got those talents. We all got certain talents.
It can be done.
To be able to bring those talents to forefront, we got to learn to love one another.
Sis, let's start with this. I don't want to cut you off because, like I said, I brought y'all up here for y'all to speak, so I'm just going to keep the topic going. Let's pull the topic back to the foundation. Everything has a foundation. You understand what I'm saying? Let's take this pretty ass pencil here. You know what I mean? Now, when you see this pencil, what do y'all see when you see this pencil? Anybody?
Piece of wood.
Huh?
That it was created by a sound mind.
I see a forest.
Okay.
I see a house. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, this the foundation. So I bring this pencil up to say the first thing you see when you see someone else before you judge them is yourself within that person.
Yep.
So if you don't love yourself, there's no way you don't love anyone else. So she on the right track when you say you got to love each other, but we got to start with self-love. Self-worth, self-understanding. You know what I mean? Crumb said he got to leave, so I'm gonna let Crumb speak. You speak on what you got to say, big brother. Big Crumb.
Yeah, I wanted to, you know, in terms of broaching the topic, talk about why Black people don't have a real right to vote, only by special provision that gets voted on every 5, 7, and 25 years. But we march around and say, vote, 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 but we won't vote on our really right to vote other than special provision. Can we talk about that?
That's true.
You talk about it, brother. You got the power. You're right. Speak.
Yeah, you're right. Speak on it.
So, you know, I was out at Little 5 Points in Atlanta yesterday, and I was, you know, just talking Black, just speaking truth to power and everything like that. And a European man approached me and he said, "Why don't you vote?" I said, "Because you won't vote on what I want to vote on." And he said, "What you want to vote on?" I said, "I want the right to vote beyond special provision." So Congress enacted major amendments to the voting rights with the Act of 1965, 1970, 1975, 1982, 1992, and 2006. They just keep doing it to say that do we want them to still have the right to vote? And then Congress will say,
every
okay,
25 years they do it.
Well, it's the 25-year mark is the longest that they waited to do another provision, but they'll do it every 5 years, every 2 years, every 7 years. And you know, I haven't seen a stronger push to vote other than when Obama ran. And, you know, we are literally going in a circle with voting on everything except for our rights. We're going to vote on gay rights. We're going to vote on religion in the school. We're going to vote on if we want the white children to continue shooting up the school. We're going to vote on everything except for us really having a say within any political conversation. We are only allowing white people to give us black cards. Joe Biden gave us black cards. Black cards aren't even good anymore if you're getting a black card from a white man. But in terms of anything in politics, it's all really a house of cards. It's kind of like when Dorothy went to see the Wizard of Oz. She saw this big man with a green face. Who goes there? And it turned out to be this little white man behind this whole dog and pony show we call politics. And we all believe that we have a right to vote, but this only shows that we are truly ignorant to what politics is, simply because the first law enacted on us was that we didn't have the right to read. So now we go and vote, but we're not even doing no reading. So now this is more so of a ceremony or a ritual versus white people really taking it as something serious that can change our lives or influence the conditions of our community.
Okay, Crumb, speak on this. And you too, brother Obama, you know what I mean? Or anyone else, you know what I mean? That might have something to go on with this. This is where I'm at. And this is what I've seen. Like I said, I've been in 26 years. And I've been watching politics for 26 years because I was intertwined in it, because I was picked up doing the sweep of the black and brown communities on the war on drugs. You know what I mean? There's a lot of our brothers and sisters that's still in prison because of this war on drugs. That y'all, not saying y'all, when I say y'all, I mean you, that a lot of people still don't even know that there's prisoners of that war still within. And they talk to them on the phone every day and don't realize that they're prisoners of war. Look
That's
how
right.
marijuana is legal now.
Mhm.
They were just selling it in Colorado, Jersey, and everywhere legally. But what about our brown brothers and sisters that's locked up for decades?
That's right.
Still there. What are you waiting on to release them if you know that it's decriminalized? You understand what I'm saying? But go ahead, big bro.
The war on drugs is simply a fancy title for the war on black men.
We got that. We there. But I don't want to get too harsh on them and scare them. You know what I mean? Because sometimes too much sun could burn the plant and too much water could drown it. So we got to give our people just the right amount of dosage to make sure that they can flourish, you know what I mean, properly, and then they'll get there. So, but you're right. But now where I'm at with that is that you got the Senate. Everybody just ran out to vote when Obama was running. You know what I mean? To say they voted for the first black man. He got in there, the next president got in there to wipe away everything that man ever done. So it looked like he was never even there. You know what I mean? That's why they supported it. You know what I mean? Now things are getting even crazier because you got Joe Biden, who's an old elderly man, and you got a black woman who's a vice president. So if something happened to this man health-wise, this woman takes in. So now you have these Europeans stepping up saying, nah, it had to be rigged, because there's no way in heck they could even foresee that if something happened to Big Joe within the next 4 years, this black woman be the first black woman president. Let's keep it 100. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too deep into that because I deal with my own issues, but I'm just letting you know where I was at. You know what I mean? But that's where we at. And that's just something, like I said, I don't want to give too much sunlight to burn the plant, meaning the mind that don't really understand is not there yet, or too much water to drown it. You know what I mean? But
amen.
Everybody just keep track of the presidential election. When the second biggest election in this country, when you're talking about democracy, is that Senate. That Senate. Because if something happened to Joe Biden, you understand what I'm saying? Pamela becomes president. And then if something happens to her, then whoever's in charge of the Senate becomes the president. So they third.
Yeah, Speaker of the House. Speaker of the House.
So I say that to say that any laws that goes to get signed by the president to become officially law has to go through the Senate and then to the president. So that's why the Senate is so powerful. But they, Washington, both Democrats and Republicans, they haven't been teaching us about the House of Representatives, because they're the ones who really make the laws. And they're making a law that's beneficial to them to keep working for them. You understand what I'm saying? And by
I just wanted to understand the brother's question again when it came to voting again. What was his actual question? I heard the question pertaining to voting. Well, why is it that enough black people are not fighting for that right to vote?
The question was, why are black people voting on everything except for black people having the right to vote?
Okay. Right.
Black people don't have the right to vote. We have a special provision that gets voted on every so often. And I respect the fact that we don't want to put too much water or sun on the plant. But this is what I suspect. When we looking at the grass to say it's greener on the other side, family, that's terrace form. That ain't no real grass. I don't care how much water you put on it, it's going to look the same. I don't care how much fire you put on it, it's going to look the same. White people don't want change.
Right. At period. I agree 100%. So voting rights, they wanted to and keep us in a situation where we feel like it's necessary for us to vote, but our votes are really not being sought out and measured up to our standards. So I can vote for gay rights to be, amended and all this stuff to happen. But when it comes to my right for me as a Black man to be able to vote, I don't believe that we're even still having that conversation. But you make a great point. Why are not more people fighting about that as opposed to all the other voting rights that are being able for people to get?
How many people on this panel have voted for a senator?
For a senator?
During the Senate elections. Just the two.
I hadn't voted for a senator at all.
You said, no, yeah, because we're being honest. You know what I mean?
Being honest.
and that's where we at. But that's the point that I'm making. All of y'all watching down in Georgia, y'all need to get out there and vote, because whoever wins this is going to dictate. Here we go. 1 second, big dog. Whoever wins this election out this House of Senate with the Republican Democrat is going to dictate which way the next 4 years go. Because the next 50 years is already dictated by what the Senate have done in 4 years. They've made national American history with the amount of judges they've put in such a short period of time in the federal courts. You know what I mean? Anything happen, you know what I mean? Anything happen goes into the anything happen goes through the federal courts. Is who they decided on. That's why they don't like the election. They take it to the federal courts, and then they go all the way to the Supreme Court. Well, that last administration, they just put in so many judges. They got it right now. 1 in every 4 judge that's in office in the federal courts was appointed by President Donald J. Trump. 1 in every 4 judge on the federal bench was appointed by Donald J. Trump. 1 president appointed 1 in every 4 judge, and they're going for his agenda, as they should. Because you put your judge in and you put your things in by what's important to you and your people. So don't get mad at them, because they're looking out for the rich, because that's what rich do. Except the poor is down here doing, like Elisa said, pulling on the ankles of each other as we try and get out. You know what I mean? Now I done said enough. Let me let my man Hassan loose on y'all so I can take a break. Wait, let Obama go first, Hassan, and then we're going to let you in, all right, big dog?
Yeah, Obama.
Go ahead, big dog, and then Hassan. It's on you, sir. Oh, Bonnie, you froze up. You might have to come out and come back in. So until then, I'm going to have Haas go. But come out and come in, because we definitely want to hear what you got to say, big brother. You froze up. So I'm going to take you off the screen. Haas, take over, champ.
Oh, say, well, this is what it is. Part of the reason why Black people are not voting on that, because they're unaware of it. Part that the provisions even there. The second fold with that is the fact that the people who are supposed to divulge this information for us, you know what I'm saying, our senators, our local leaders, our local politicians are not informing us that this is an agenda. They haven't created this as being an agenda. So what happens is that, there's so many different agendas that us as a group of people neglect. You know what I mean? But many of us don't even understand the fact that in '64 they passed the Civil Rights Act. In '65 they passed the Immigration Act. So in '65 they truncated everything that they gave you in '64. So what happens is when we walk around our community and say, why do the immigrants have everything? Why do they have this, and why we don't have what we supposed to have? And the community, and a lot of the community, is partly because in '65 they truncated everything they gave you in '64 to talk about civil rights. So when part of the reason, you can go around our community right now and ask them, what is the 3 branches of government? What is the 3 branches of government? No one is aware. So, you know what I'm saying? When we talk about politics, you know what I'm saying? We have to understand that as a community group of people, we are unaware of our place and policy and position in politics. Go ahead, Kron.
I just wanted to say, if If anybody has a smartphone and they still dumb, that's because they want to be dumb. In my education, it's not the legislator's fault. It's not the church's fault. It's not the mama fault. It ain't BET fault. It's your fault. You got a smartphone and you're dumb. It's because you want to be dumb.
There you go.
In the age of information, ignorance is a choice.
Yes, it is.
Listen, I got Alexa set up in my living room. I mean, in my bedroom, right? And I'm laying down and I'm on the phone and I said, dang, I wonder what the weather gonna be like today. And she answered. You understand what I'm saying? She answered.
But that's what I'm saying. You don't even need a smartphone to be smart. It's all around you. Technology is all around you.
So then I'm laying down. So I'm laying down on the bed and I'm sitting there saying, man, I was watching Top Boy. I like that joint. I said all last night, binging, right? I said, man, I'm looking for, I feel like laughing, Alexa said, Unique, would you like me to tell you a joke? I said, whoa, she's thinking for me now. See, the little thing I bought for $200 is asking me, do I want to tell me a joke when I wanted to hear a joke? I mean, like you said, if a person dumb, you want to be dumb, man. Especially when you got things like Alexa. Anything you want to ask it, you could go in there and ask it. And YouTube, and you know what I mean? I mean, come on, fellas. Where we at, brother? Obama, please come out and come in because we want to hear you, big brother. Wow. You're frozen up on the screen. I'll say something so we can see to make sure you're there because we want to hear what you got to say, Obama. But that's where we at, man. We start from in the mind. So Obama, log out and come back in, big dog. But that's where we at, man. What other topic do y'all want to speak on with this? But like I said, keep in mind that Senate race, everybody down in Atlanta, take your butt out there and vote, man. This Senate thing is big. That's going to determine what happens for the next 4 years. Because if the Republicans get in office again, they're going to block everything the Democrats trying to do. Go ahead, big brother. Go ahead. How can they be for us?
That's just my point. How can any of that be for us? It wasn't created for us.
Because it's for us because we're living here, dog. Let's say this. We ain't gonna Let's not go. Let me finish this and then you can take the floor back. I'm trying to answer that question you said, and that's your name. How can they be for us? We know they're not for us. We have to get involved to make it about us. We got to get involved. We can't sit on the sidelines and say, oh, it ain't for us. We ain't got that. We ain't got that. We ain't got that. Go make it happen. I come out of prison after 26 years, didn't have a pot to piss in. I didn't come home and say, let me go to parole and get them to get me a job. I didn't come home and say, let me go to probation to go get me a job. I didn't say, let me go wait for the stimulus check. I brought my butt up here on YouTube and started my own platform to make this about me. I don't need nobody to give me nothing. God gave me the will. We spoke about that. You know what I mean? God gave me the will, man, to use this, and that's how I created this for us. So how can it be for us? We have to make it and make them be for us. We have to show we're relevant. We came here as
I'm not brushing up to no European to be invited into anything they got going on. Okay, I know who I am. I'm God.
There you go.
I'm God. With that present in mind, I own a very nice trucking business that runs very well. We make hundreds of thousands, me and my lady. I done been locked up facing life for murder. I took it to trial and beat it.
There you go. That's what I'm talking
about. With me and my twin.
There you go.
On face on the line. We both came out of it scot clean. I've been unique. I've been on that side. Haas right there can tell you.
Yeah,
I was a young you.
He don't have
I was a young you, but I caught on and right now I carry a firearm. Right now, I was facing life, right? I got a carrier's permit. I carry a firearm. So everything you saying, Unique, I'm that dude. I'm God.
I already know.
Yeah. They scared when you say that. Yeah. Because once you realize who you are, then you can move, baby. This ain't checkers. This is chess. Okay. Yeah. Everything starts with a process. Yeah. You processing a thought. That's what my brother said there. Everything starts from here. You create from here.
Exactly.
Now your next power is decision. You made a decision. I'm gonna start this unique audio platform, which been whatchamacallit. Then it came to a choice whether I'm gonna do it or not.
Exactly.
This is how everything begins, family.
Yeah.
It's a process. This is the process.
Exactly. And that's
Us
what I'm saying.
right here on this panel speaking it. I live it. I'm not talking it, I live it, family. So
and that's the point that I'm making, family. You know that saying, I'm gonna let you go right now, Obama, being at your back end. But let me address what how can it be for us just said? Everything he said was 100. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to give too much too fast because they are not there yet. They're not gods yet. You understand what I'm saying? Right or wrong, how can I be for us? You know what I mean? You can't expect a child, you know what I mean, to know how to drive a truck.
Right.
You have to be taught and have to elevate to that level. It took us our tribulations that we walked through, which is yours of dealing with the murder charge, me dealing with the kingpin charge, to let us become who we are today. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why this platform is here for the youth and the elders that didn't get it, to hopefully that they get it. You know what I mean? Because I can look at you and they can hear your conversation, how they be for us, and they know you real. They know you God. You understand? They know I'm real. That's why when I get on here, they know you need speaking facts. That's why they don't like it. You know what I mean? Because you need passionate about this, because I'm real about it. You get the hate that oh, he this, he that, he this and that. You know what I mean? Come on, dog. I mean, you have to know all sides of the coin. We can't put heads or tails and you don't know what is heads or tails. Then how do you win? How do you participate? Obama, go ahead, big brother. We're going to let him go. I want my man Obama to go. Come on, big dog. We need the elder in here. But you keep freezing up. Come on, Obama.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, you go.
One of the things that I wanted to say, there's nothing wrong with being rich. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think many times look at rich and poor, and we look at ourselves subconsciously as being the poor. We have to change that mindset and strive to be millionaires so that we can then change the narrative of what rich people do. So that's one of the, I understand, you know, it's about money, but we got to make that money. We are the money. So if we need that money to push certain legislation, then we need to make that money to push it, because there's a certain pecking order of how things work. So I'm just saying, like, let's get that money. Let's use our minds to become millionaires so that then we can change what people think about what rich people do.
That's right on time. Now, so everybody know, this is going to be showed over Unique Mecca Audio TV. Unique Mecca Audio TV is where this is going to be showed at. We're going to keep it here for a couple of days, then we're going to move it to free up space. You know what I mean? To get back to some other things as well, because we have a Unique Mecca Audio TV, and we got grown folks talk, Unique Mecca Audio grown folks, and prison talk, and then we're going to do the brunch. So I'm trying to put everything on their own separate channel. Now, this is a beautiful, beautiful conversation, and I know many is learning. Where's my big brother that wanted to get in? How can they be for us back in? Because he has something to say. And you went already, big brother, or you back?
Mac, I just want to build off of something I was saying, because you kind of cut me when I was saying about how I understand exactly what you were saying, but my thing is, how can any of it be for us? The first thing we got to understand is what's for us and what's not for us. Because we got to understand, everybody want to be a part of us. Want to do everything we doing, want the lips, everything, the tail, the chest, everything we got. You understand? That's why I say, how can anything else be for us? Any of that. So we got to examine everything. Right now, people examining vaccination. How can a vaccination be for us? So that's where it starts. That's what That's what everything start off with. Religion. How can it be for us? Voting rights. How can it be for us? Anything dealing with us. How can it be for us? Down to a book. I was just talking to my brother Haas last night about that. When I was in trouble, you know, I before I went in, I didn't go. If there was a gold mine in a book, all I had to do was go look in that book and I find a gold mine. For my life, I never up until I got locked up, I wouldn't look in that book. I wouldn't look in that book to save my life or to make me and my family better. Okay, so when I got locked up, incarcerated or whatever, and I knew my life was on the line, I went in that book and found freedom. That's why I'm here today talking to y'all on this audio, because I want to know what's for me and what's not for me. When I went in there, I seen ignorance. I knew the ignorance wasn't for me, so I had to sit down and take what I was going through serious. A lot of our brothers and sisters that's locked up, a lot of them in there, first of all, they got in there because they wasn't serious. And they still in there, they not serious. That's why they still in there. And some of them, the ones that is serious, is trying to help the ones that's not. That's why I'm here today.
Thank you.
It was a brother in there, did as much time as Unique. I'll get off 1 second, but it was a brother in there that did as much time as Unique that helped me out. Did 30 years. After he heard my story, he had enough knowledge from being institutionalized for 30 years to say, brother, I see you the serious one in here. Okay, and sat down with me, and I'm here today. First, we got to take things serious as to what's for us. If we don't know what's for us, we're gonna keep repeating the same things that's happening, that keep happening. And peace to the brother Higgins, the brother there. I follow him. He very knowledgeable. And my brother Crumb here. We got some brothers here that enlightened me, and basically they offer information they gave me, took me to the next level. To build a business, to build a platform. My strength is in us, is in my people, not looking outside. I don't care about no vote. I'm voting on us, because if you care about a vote, why didn't Obama go in that drawer and pull out that executive order and rip it up? Exactly. To keep Trump from right now putting it in law and putting our tails back on the plantation. You know, Trump is not that crazy. They say Trump is crazy. Everybody hate Trump. Trump can really show how crazy he is. All you have to do is take that executive order and rip it up. And rip it up. And I'm gonna let the brother Higgins speak on that, because I see you want to say something, brother. Obama. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Obama. You said it right. It's Obama Higgins. You said it right, big bro. Yeah. All right. Thank you. That was excellent. Obama, you're frozen again. Say something, big bro. Because if not, Crumb, was you gonna say something, or was that Hassan? Obama had to go. So we're gonna move on without Obama. Pull him off the screen and go ahead, Chrome. It's on you, dog. Chrome.
Well, I guess if we could just change the topic, because I didn't have too much time left, but just talking overall about weak culture. I don't think that the Jews ask, what can be for them and what's not. They have a strong culture. So in terms of things like food, they're only going to eat kosher food. Versus us with a weak culture, we'll eat McDonald's, we'll eat Burger King, we'll eat from the bodega or what have you, versus saying, I'm only going to spend money that's only going to affect my people. Someone was talking about black on black crime. I said the new black on black crime is spending your money and that money not supporting black people. So if we complain about when a black man shoots another black man, we should equally complain about when black people do business outside of the black community that does not help our community. This is the new black on black crime. These are the new questions of how if we have to ask how can it be for us, then it's not for us. And I think as of right now, maybe voting can help, but because there's a maybe and it hasn't really showed itself to be what can bear fruit within a reasonable time, then we're going to have to pragmatically look for another exception. If I could just say this one time, and then I'm going to stop beating the voting thing. The number one non-voting demographic in America is Asian people. Asian people have taken a approach to where they are going to have a economic means to their political solutions. So they're not going to look for free education or better teachers. They're going to teach their own children. They're not going to look for a stimulus package or somebody to help them get out of their financial solutions. They're going to open businesses. So now they've taken themselves from out of the welfare pot, because when we're talking about government, we're talking about social service. They've taken themselves from out of the welfare pot and looking for someone to do something for them, and they've just done it for themselves. And I think truly that is what Haas embodies. That's what how can they be us embodies. That's what Unique embodies. That's what everybody on this panel, we here on this panel are, the leaders of the new school. We are the thinkers, the people that have the voices that speak truth to power. Almost everybody on this panel, if I had to guess, our parents weren't doing anything to this effect where they would speak to us, it would go in one ear out the other, and that was the end all be all. Now we come on the internet and our positive energy sentiment across the whole Ethernet. So we are the new wave of consciousness, of conscious thought, to where it's going past the homes, it's coming onto the internet. We're exuding black excellence. So yeah, whether you vote or not may not be of particular influence to me as a person, but if you're willing to do your part in terms of speaking, in terms of standing, in terms of letting your light shine, that is your civil service as a citizen, as a black person, as a mother, as a father, as a human being. So, I give honors to everybody on the platform.
That's powerful, bro. I like that. I'll be a current that helps produce that massive wave.
And that's all it takes. Each one of us could add in that one current, and we're gonna make a powerful wave.
Yes, a tsunami.
That's
tsunami
right.
of blackness.
That's right. Like we said from the very beginning, we all have a certain piece. We all play a certain piece in the puzzle. You know what I mean? So each person doesn't have to play the same part. You know what I'm saying? Because if we use basketball for example, the center's not going to bring the ball up court. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be the guard that brings the ball up court. So you know what I'm saying? So we all have a certain position in this life to play. The most important part of it is about finding out what our position is. And unfortunately, in our communities, a lot of us have to, through forced isolation, that's when we start finding ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because as a society, we are trained to condition to want to be assimilated. It's this assimilation that takes the God quality from us. It's this assimilation that takes away from our knowledge of self and our development of self. So what happens is that, what we're thankful for is to have a platform so we can start planting the seed. So we can start planting the seed and start making sure that our people will all be able to train ourselves, because the biggest issue is that we're not organized. You know what I mean? Whatever we're doing, we're not organized. We're not organized as a people. Whether we're voting, whether it's economics, whether it's education, whether it's health, we're not organized. And we have no uniformity. We have no continuity. We you know what I'm saying? We've separated ourselves, and we self-hate is an example of how we treat each other, how we look at each other, how we respect each other. So we have to first start dealing with that, so we can start creating our own institutions. Because what's missing in our community is institution building. We have to build institutions. That's what we have to build in our community. We don't need any more, these superficial, superficial remedies. You know what I'm saying? We need concrete remedies. We need our own hospitals. We need our own clinics. We need our own libraries. We need our own schools. We need our own. And the thing about it is, this is the most important thing we got to understand. Everybody black does not have to be a scholar, but everybody black needs to love being black. And that's the most important problem. We have to love it. You know what I'm saying? We have to love being black, and that's
Even
the
when they
issue.
hate
You
it.
know what I'm saying? We putting on all of this stuff. We putting on all this superficial things, whatever it may be, to prevent us. You know what I'm saying? To try to reduce the pain that we feel, that many of us feel from being black. But we are from the most supreme people on this planet. So the problem is that we don't know ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? In Temples of Luxor, they said, you know, man, know thyself. You know what I'm saying? In the Bible, it says, take heed of thyself. So what happens is that once we start understanding ourselves and loving each other, like Sister Lisa said, she said we have to love each other. So once we start loving each other, we'll be able to start creating the economic wealth. We start being able to practice in group economics, because that's the biggest problem. We're not practicing group economics. So this is why our economic, our wealth is being taken from us. Our wealth is being taken from us. And what happens is that, you know what, we're in a culture of living in the past. Right now, we're in a culture of making a change now. You know what I mean? And so what happens is we got to stop living in this past. You know, so we're supposed to take inspiration from the past. We're supposed to take inspiration from the past, but we're not being motivated. We're not doing anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're doing our best to assimilate, to pretend like we're not in poverty. You know what I'm saying? We're doing our best to pretend like we're not in poverty, but we're in abject poverty. And until we accept that fact and start cooperating with each other, corporate America is just a group of people cooperating. They're cooperating. You know what I'm saying? In our community, we have to start cooperating. We have to start supporting each other. We have to start. You understand what I'm saying? And this first comes from self-love, loving who you are, loving who you see, identifying with that, and stop it. You know what I'm saying? And stop giving your praise to another group of people, and stop giving all the wealth to another group of people who haven't proven to you to even deserve it. That's the most ironic situation. Who haven't even proven you to deserve it, but you know it's the power, the dominance. It's the power that dominates, but you know what? The power resides in yourself. When we stop looking towards other things and start looking inside ourselves, when we start looking inside ourselves, the biblical scriptures even tell us that God is inside us. You follow what I'm saying? So what happens is, the biblical scriptures tell us that God is inside of us. Read your Bible, read your Quran, read whatever spiritual system that you use. Read it, utilize it, live it, breathe it. Because when you say you wane in faith, your faith doesn't wane because you live in the truth. So how does your faith wane if you live it in truth? If you live it in truth, then your faith doesn't wane. You understand what I'm saying? So no matter what the conditions are. So what we're doing here right now, we are bridging the gap. We're making the change. We're planting the seed of the mustard seed. And that's what we're doing. And we're creating a dialogue. Because what happens is we taking back our image.
Fact.
And that's the most important thing. We're taking back our image. We're taking back our image because but me and the brother, I had a conversation last night. And like he said, it's true. It's media and finance.
Right.
Media and finance, you know what I'm saying? It's what you see out here and who put the money behind it.
The advertisers, they're doing a great job advertising.
Exactly.
You made a good point when you said, look at this, Hoss. Even with the stimulus package and the black people getting the stimulus money, the black dollar lasts 5 minutes in the community. So no matter how much stimulus money we get, none of that money gonna go to a black organization that's trying to do something positive.
That's
so you can be stimulus out
no
all
black
day.
babies. It ain't gonna feed no black babies. And that's the problem. We take the money and shuffle it over
give it
somebody
right back to Macy's.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. And then we, you know what I'm saying? And then we talk about black business. But the true thing about it is that Booker T. Carter G. Woodson said, when you can control a man's thinking, you don't have to worry about his actions. See, the con game is mean, and we don't understand the con game. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? What happens is, go ahead, Crump, go ahead.
I just wanted to talk, just kind of bring the conversation full circle and kind of challenge our matriarchs, the divine feminine energy on the panel today. If you could weigh in, because I'm curious to see what you think, if you could weigh in on the self-love part and that, because I know in order for us to organize, whether it be for voting, whether it be for economics, whether it be, to clean up the community, there has to be a certain amount of self-love, and that's where it all stems from. I want to hear what the sisters want, to say how they feel about it, how they see it, what is the condition, anything.
Amen, that's right.
Oh, thank you, brother. I want to hear Shaquala, what you got to say. You ain't say nothing all damn day. Let's go. Don't get me
I've been waiting too.
Yeah,
Actually,
I actually been hearing a lot, and like I said, I'm the humble one, and then I hear everything, and I'll say yes. I'm normally the one that speaks last, but I want to piggyback off of what everybody has said, according with what Crumb said, what Hassan said, Elisa, everybody, because I'm a married woman, and actually, it's a family of 4, along with my husband, and I actually am a full-time worker working with the Department of Labor. I'm a contracted employee working for the federal and the state government. So when Crump mentioned the where he was at is right there where I work at, in that federal state building right there by the train station, yes, in Georgia. I guess, again, it goes with the acknowledgement of what we make ourselves aware of and what comes to our attention. Because just to let you know, just to share with you, my husband lost his job due to COVID-19. I'm actually still, working online at home due to COVID-19. They closed.
You can't say the C word.
You gotta say pandemic.
You gotta say pandemic.
Pandemic. I do apologize. I stand as corrected. Pandemic. Thank you, Mr. Unique. And so, in this situation, what has happened is that there's one working person in the household. Something that, it happens to a lot of people one time, or another in your livelihood coming up. I'm used to paying my rent on time, my bills and everything. Now I need help. And so just to make y'all knowledgeable, there is a lady that is working and she's volunteering and she's helping families. She happened to be online live with Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey actually is helping the Cobb County community. I am in the Cobb County area in Austell. And so helping, like with rent, we're struggling with rent, people being evicted, community cleanup. My children are participating, they're involved. You have to get out there, jump in and get involved. You have to politic, you have to socialize. You can't stay in. That is what I'm also learning. Everybody keeps themselves so hovered in. Yes, you have to kind of reach out. And once you reach out, someone else will hear your voice and help you if you're wanting to help, but you also have to help yourself before others can help you.
There you go. And like I said, everything starts from self. You know what I mean? Now let's get this. We got a question on the screen. But is the answer to the problem to become those that hate us? Is the answer to the problem to become those that hate us? It's on you, Brother Crump.
I want to give a big shout out to Octavius. He really put me on to D-Block, Jadakiss, and them. And one thing Jadakiss said in a song is there's a message in everything, even a bullet. We can learn from anything and everything. You can learn from the people that hate you, family. If you get shot and you don't learn from that, you probably won't get shot again. So I don't want you to be in a mind state where you can't learn from even your enemies. Humble yourself, family. So yeah, you can learn from them. Take the best of. How do you eat chicken? You eat the meat, you throw away the bone. Take what you can get from the situation. I learned from slavery. Just like Hoss learned from his experience.
Brother Crumb, that's the point that I'm making. I put up a video because I chose a path when the Grim Reaper came rolling on me when I got arrested, and another brother chose their path. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, we can learn from both of our choices. Not just mine, because I feel mine is right. I'm not going to block out the next person's choice. And that's what everyone is missing because they're stuck in old Harlem. You know what I mean?
Right.
The problem is we need to fix the new Harlem.
That's right. That's right.
The new Harlem. The present Harlem. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Annette KB, that's my sister. Love you to death. I'm glad you finally tuned in. The condition of our communities directly reflect the conditions of our women.
Women.
Woman. She knew.
Woman, yeah. Woman.
You know what I mean? But let me get back to that where I'm at, like Brother Crumb was saying, so everybody understand this. Man, it's yin and yang. It's positive and negative. It's right and left. It's up and down. You know what I mean? That's why we have a right arm, a right leg, a left leg, left arm. You understand what I'm saying? We ask for these things. And then we have a head. You understand? Which is the center. That's the brain that controls the right arm, the right leg, left leg. That's it. So we have to hear all sides in order to make an educated decision on what we're going to do in life. They told me that. I sat through trial. Every time I got away, I sat through trial. I sat there for 2 weeks, and the judge continuously reminded the jury, don't find Unique guilty until you hear all the evidence from both sides. Don't just take the evidence from the prosecutor's side because he's working for you. You know what I mean? Listen to the evidence from Unique's side because he's a part of you. You understand what I'm saying? So by me, I'm gonna let you come right now up there, Shaquala. But so for me, standing as we say in the street, 10 toes down, and then someone else that didn't, you understand? We have to hear the person who didn't stand 10 toes down side too. You know what I mean? We have to hear it, no matter how ugly it is.
Right.
Disagree with it. We have to hear it. Until we understand that, we can never grow. And that's why I backed away from that interview, because I don't think the people is really ready to grow at this moment to that level. You have to want to get there. That's what I mean by too much sun will burn the plant. Too much water will drown it. So I can't push the other side's opinion or agenda or reason for whatever on the next person, the same as I can't push my own. But just know that I'm being neutral. I'm just bringing you the information. What you do with it, with your children, with your loved ones, with your community is on you. But you got to hear from a crazy person like Unique and a crazy person like the next person and the next person and the next person in order to know where you're going. I can't sit here and say, man, what I did is right. Forget everybody else. At the end of the day, yeah, I'm going to say what I did is right, and that's it. I'm standing on it. But to not have to make that decision again, I got out the game. And that's why I'm telling you, don't get in the game. Go ahead, Sequilla. Sorry for talking so long. Sequilla.
That's okay. I just was piggybacking off of what you said. Don't be closed-minded. Stay open-minded. And it does start with us. Because if it don't start, I should say the mindset that we already have, the majority of us, is closed-minded, and that's what bleeds into our children. And then you want to know why they're so angry, why they can't, comprehend. Well, who taught you this? Where did you get it from? Because it starts in your home. It starts in the community. And the Bible, it speaks about that. It takes a community to raise a child. So, yes, we all experience what we do experience to testify in the end, the stories, because people come to us and as a cry out for help. I did it my way. It's not working. What is the way? And then using discernment, using wisdom. The Bible speaks about that as well. Hassan spoke about it, reading Acts, keeping your temple clean so you can hear. Be a hearer and a doer from what you read and be an example.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, now Alicia's saying she has to go, but I love her passion because she was on a previous show and she'll definitely be on another one because she lost her son to the system. You know what I mean? And she's very passionate about this whole movement. So if you want to close out, whoever that is, please fix whatever it is, turn it off and mute your mic up there. Everybody mute your mic except for Alicia. Everybody mute your mic except for Alicia, please. Alicia.
I love you guys. I hate to leave, but my grandbaby is getting so anxious, man. But I will be back. Just everybody stay positive and continue doing what you're doing. Love you.
Well, thank you, and we appreciate you for coming. Happy New Year to you and your grandkids.
Same to you.
And I'm sure that you touch one child or one young lady today because you
hope so.
Powerful things, and I appreciate you.
All right.
All right. God bless you. All right.
I also have to flee as well, family. Just want to say thank you to the host, to the panel, Haas for giving me the invite, Octavius for working with me and bringing me into the network. I would also like to extend the invite to my platform, Brother Unique. If you want to come on over, Octavius and Haas are my connections. You're welcome over there as well, brother.
Whenever you would like, I'm here for everyone, the same as everyone is here for me. Because like I said, it takes all of us, man. Not just me. Right. And if I'm saying, I don't want people to say, man, Unique did it this way, so that's the only way to do it. You understand what I'm saying? In my book, yeah, that's how I feel. but I'm supposed to be ignorant. You know what I mean? He's an arrogant, cocky, confident, black man. You know what I mean? But I know now from the tribulations that I went through, 26 years I sat in prison, man. 26 years. Let's not forget that. 26 years. And I did 5 of that in ADX Supermax underground where I didn't see the sun for 5 years. I didn't feel the sun on my black skin for 5 years. I didn't touch another human being for 5 years unless they was putting handcuffs on me and shackles. That's how my life has been. I didn't touch another human being until he was putting handcuffs and shackles on me. And the first time they put the shackles on me, I'm gonna let you hear this before you go, Crump. I went through Oklahoma and they turned, man, this shit is crazy, man. I can't believe how they even think like this. They turned a building, like a big hotel building, into a airstrip where the government plane flies in and they cut a hole in the building and they let the tarmac out and let that go right in the building. So when you get off the building, when you get off the plane, you walk directly into a hotel that's all prison cells and rooms for counselors and everything else. So when you're walking down and you got 1,000 men walking down with leggings, handcuffs and shackles, and then you got to stand on a box where you got these police, old ass men chewing tobacco, you know what I mean? They sit there and they got to take the shackles off. The first time I went through there, first I go up there, I stand up, they took the shackles off so you could see them, so they go ahead and take it off. But then, that's the handcuffs. But when it was time to take the shackles off, this old man, about 300 pounds, could barely bend over. You understand what I'm saying? He bent over as far as his belly and let him go. You know what I mean? And halfway down, he spit out a glob of spit and tobacco on the floor in this building. You know what I mean? Look, and then he tapped my leg. He tapped my right leg. And when I, instinctively, somebody tap your leg, you move it. So when he tapped it, I went up on my tippy toes. You know what that man said to me? Take one guess real quick. Everybody, what do you think that man said to me when he tapped me on the leg? And I picked my toe and I went up on the ball of my feet for him to get to the shackles. What do you think he said?
He was amazed because he couldn't do that?
No. He said, "Dad, boy."
Oh, shit.
Like I was a mule.
Right.
Like I was an animal. He said, "Dad, boy." And spit out another bag of tobacco like he was a good nigga. You know what I mean? You gotta pick your leg up when I tap it. That man said, "Dad, boy." And man, I kicked that. The next thing you know, they whooped me, beat me up, and carried me upstairs on my head. You know what I mean? I wasn't used to that, so I still got the street mentality. You know what I'm saying? Right. So could you imagine standing there with shackles on and a man tap you on the leg? So of course, when he touches your leg, you move it. You know what I mean? He said, "Dad, boy," and spit out the tobacco, and then tapped me on the other one. He said, "Oh, you." And then when I picked up the other one, "Oh, you're a good boy." And I couldn't take it no more after that. That's when I kicked that leg at him. Because now I ain't got the shackles on no more. Of course, they whooped me. You know what I mean? I'm not going front. You know what I mean? They whooped me, broke my ribs up, carried me upstairs on my head, and threw me in another cage. But I say that to say that they took this building, man, and turned it into a warehouse transit center that we never hit the street. So from that building for 5 years, then they took me to ADX. When I got to ADX, it was underground, and I didn't see anything. That's where Pistol Pete is at. You know what I mean? Hoping he get some type of rhythm. You know what I mean? Wayne Perry. I done left all of them back there. You understand what I'm saying? I mean,
what year again was that, Unique?
That was in 96.
So let's imagine now, 96 to now, what kind of institutions they building right now?
Listen, when I got locked up, they had. I'm gonna let Crumb go in a minute. When I got locked up, we only had like 7 federal prisons, man. You know what I mean? We had call them real quick. We had go from this side. We had Lewisburg, Allenwood, Leavenworth, Terre Haute, Atlanta, Lombard.
Point. They're building more.
You know what I mean? And that was it. Since then, Bill Clinton went in and signed in the crime bill and gave them like $20 billion to build more prisons, either 20 or 30 billion would it be. You know what I mean? Since then, they built Canaan. They've been Canaan, Beaumont,
and they name them.
They name them real good.
Annandale, what's that other one out there? Atwater, Victorville. They built like 20 more prisons while I was in jail 26 years. All I'm seeing is there was more prisons going up than TV channels.
That's the biggest business in America right now. The prison and industrial complex. That's the biggest business in the world right now. It's like slave trade all over again.
And that's
Brother Bay.
Another day, but another day. This is an hour and a half, man. I'm gonna have to cut it off here to try and stop this. If any of y'all want to come back, y'all could come back another time. That we ain't got to drop out one at a time. But we gonna let How Can I Be for us. Got to let my brother, cause man, I to the heart, brother. I felt everything you said. You know what I mean? But Crumb not going yet. We getting ready to end. Crumb, let's get the end. We're gonna end the show. You know, stay this long. All right, and you definitely welcome to come back. And anytime you need me on your joint, I'm here. Go ahead. How can it be for us?
Like the beloved sister said, it do starts at home. Everything starts at home and with a village. But with that being said, it also in the Bible, y'all can go look it up. I can't give the verse and everything right on here, but once you a certain age, you know, and I believe it's 13. You responsible for 12. Okay, you responsible for what you do and what you know. No longer your household, your parents and them is responsible for it. Because you know. Okay. I came up in a household with a family that worked civil servant, and they taught me very well. At a certain age, I made choices and decisions that shape my life. So if you 12 years old, you know better. You know better. You know right from wrong. Okay? It's no longer on your parents or anybody else. It's on you, because this is able to work real well now. That's what I want to say.
Thank you,
peace
big brother.
And love, family.
Anyone else want to tap out before we go? We get ready to end, man. It was a beautiful show. Go ahead, big brother. You got the floor. Good night, Cosmology Bay.
Oh, Cosmology Bay. Peace. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I felt like I had to hear these messages today. I love the political talk and the whole idea about self-love, because when we love ourselves, we start to look at ourselves differently, and we're able to make better decisions that benefit us and benefit our community. Like I talk to Brother Hassan all the time, and I knew the brother when he was in the town, and just to see where he has come today. And one thing I love about him is how he organizes and brings all of his people together. You know what I'm saying? And that self-love. And also you, Brother Unique, everything that you've been through, and to see how humble you are and to see how happy you are, I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? That's real special. And it makes me love myself and love our peoples even more. So I'm happy to be here. And before I go outside, about maybe 2 o'clock, I felt like I needed to hear this, man. I needed to be here. And I know I'm at the right place this morning.
That's what it's for. That means that the message has been heard, and that's all this is for. I can put up a video and get 100,000 views. I know how to do that. I slowed down my platform. You understand what I'm saying? Because it was going in the wrong direction. It was getting mad views. You know what I mean? But I didn't need those type of views. You know what I mean? That was getting off of what my mission is. My mission, I didn't come home and say, let me go get 1 million views and take over YouTube. I came home and said, let me save 1 kid on YouTube. Right. And I've been saving more. You know what I mean? Right. And I've been saving more. You know, I don't do it. I can talk that cocky stuff all day. They love when I talk that. But right now, we're trying to uplift the youth. So that's why I said go over to Unique Mecca Audio TV, subscribe, hit the bell, so we can do these lives over there. And there, because right now I'm going to do this every other week is what we're looking at, instead of every week to give us room. You know what I mean? Because I'm not getting paid for this. I didn't even ask nobody for one cash app. You know what I mean? And I'm taking my time to do this. And then I got to do this again on Wednesday for Prison Talk. Then I got to do it again Friday for Grown Folks Talk. I'm giving a lot of my time, and I'm not asking for anything but to save one.
Amen.
You ain't hear me ask y'all for cash app all day. You know what I mean? Period. You know, this is here to try and help you. You know how to use it if you choose to use it. You know what I mean? My sister's putting it on the screen, but I didn't ask. That's why I never mentioned it. You know what I mean? But so, man, I love everybody for coming. Go ahead, big brother. You always welcome. I'm gonna do something private. Me and you in the house. Do something,
although he didn't ask to put all the brothers, because this is what they do. They give their free time and will. If you see it in your heart, I run a business. But if my brothers can sit up here 24/7 and do this for support them, they ain't gotta ask. They shouldn't have to ask. You got Unique, you got Crumb, you got Haas, you got these brothers up here. This is what they do. Support them, family. We shouldn't have to ask. We shouldn't have to ask. Me, I'm Gravy. I run a business. I do this strictly out of the soul, out of love and soul. When the brothers say, "Come on," we soul brothers. We soul sisters and everything.
And that right there. That's that
what
Black
connects
Wall
me.
Street mentality I'm talking about. That's that mentality we have to have as Black people. That's the wall that we build on these streets. You know that, we don't have to ask, but if in our own hearts, if we love our brother like we love ourselves, it's gonna see fit whatever you need is gonna be taken care of in the long run.
That's right.
Okay.
Support the family. Support the family. That's all I'm saying. He ain't gotta ask.
Stay woke.
He ain't gotta ask. He's here with a genuine heart.
Say your clothes out so I can get Shaquilla, and then we get my brother Hassan, and then we can just tap out because we've been here long enough. This has been beautiful. We don't want to overdo it with the people. We gave them just enough. All right. So say your close out, big brother. What you thankful for, wherever you at.
I'm humbly grateful, man, for the opportunity to speak to you brothers here, each and one of you sisters as well, to take this time. Like I said, it's about growth and development, and it will happen because a thought is only a manifestation of what is yet to come. And this thought that we have right now to build on what we need to do to move closer as a community, and let our communities are branched out. We all in different places right now, but we are community right now. This is a community-based platform that we on, and we ain't even in the same room. And that speaks volumes. That means the message is being heard on all levels.
We have from Germany, homeboy.
Exactly. This is what I'm talking about. I'm in Harlem. Everybody in different locations, but the message is going to be received on everybody's platform. You have your own page. I have my own page. Hoss has his own page. The brother on the end has his own page as well as the sister. So we're going to make these connections with people and let them know what we did today. Is to keep people's mind awoke to the fact that there are brothers and sisters out there trying to be the master creators and builders that we are.
Stay woke. No pun intended. Stay woke.
Gotta stay woke.
Stay woke. That's right.
Stay woke.
All right, Shaquilla, go ahead, baby. Give your close out.
TV.
Yes, I agree. I take that. I receive it. Stay awoke. And again, y'all expressed all to what I was saying in the beginning. We all deal with the challenges that we deal with every day. Is how to not revert back to that mindset, not to be carnal minded. To keep right. So you actually reach out when in doubt. There's no excuse why you can't reach out. You reach out for anything else that we need that comes to mind. You reach out to stay encouraged, and to stay in your Bible. And we have our brothers and sisters here.
All right. Thank you, kid. And I want to thank you, brother 300, for the $20 donation. You know what I mean? Everything is welcome. That speech wasn't for you to do it unless you chose to do it. And obviously you chose to do it because you're a regular here. And I love your support because you're on every week. Now, we're going to do this every other week, right? But my brother Hassan didn't really get loose like he normally do. You know what I mean? So me and you next week going to do a one-on-one little 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Just me and you next week, and let the crowds, settle down. You know what I mean? Because you speak with me, big brother. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Oh, what's up? You know what I mean? Salute to the panel. Have an awesome day. Thank you, Nikki, Chi-Chi's cousin. But we appreciate everybody, man. Say before I hit House. Because my client's debate. Oh, you good?
We say it again?
Okay, say your close out, big brother. It's on you.
Well, I just want to. I want to close out. I just want to be thankful that everybody came up here today. All these people up here know me from a whole different type of lifestyle. So, I'm just thankful, that, they can see me here, and we all came here to bring positivity and love. You know what I'm saying? That the ancestors, they see our hearts, they see our minds, They see what we're trying to do. And, you know what I'm saying? They're going to assist us. And, you know, I just want to thank, you know, I just had a granddaughter December 27th, Azaya. And I just want to say my grandson, you know what I'm saying, Maverick, you know what I mean? And my daughter Janae and my family, my daughter Destiny and Shanice. I just want to just say thank you to everybody because, man, God is good, baby.
and that skin right there, and that skin right there of your granddaughter's from the first grandmother.
Right.
So that's how far we go back.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Way back.
So now
everybody here.
So now where we at, right? I want to just thank everybody, man, and you know, make sure that you cop the book of Rowan Harlem.
That's right. Cop the book. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Cop the book of Rowan Harlem. Tell a friend and tell a friend. You go get it at uniquemeccaaudio .com. The book.
Okay. Hold me a copy, huh?
I mean, my bad. roaringharlem.com or roaringharlem.com is where you go copy the book, or you can follow the link in the Instagram. All right, and go follow us on Twitter at Crew Mecca and join the Crew Mecca. Now, you know what I mean? Annette, KB, I love you. I'm waiting to get you on here. That's my sister right there. That's my spiritual enlightenment. She the one keep me.
Thank you.
You know, going. You know what I mean? Annette, I love you. You know what I mean? Deasia, my daughter, I love you. That's her godmother. You know, but that's our family. She helped my daughter down for 26 years while I've been down. She helped to raise my daughter because I was. And I want to thank you publicly for doing that. I want to thank her mother, Barbara, for being there for her. And I want to thank her for the beautiful woman she became. Deasia, I love you. You know what I mean? And I appreciate, you know, everybody for tuning in this week. But we get ready to tune out. Remember, go to Unique Mecca Audio TV and subscribe because that's where I'm going to put this at in a couple of days to free up space on the Unique Mecca Audio joint. I got the new Wolf video I just dropped, Bananas. I'm dropping the Street Chronicles probably tomorrow or Tuesday. DP 201 Bananas. We getting back on road where we at, but we need y'all to subscribe to Unique Mecca Audio TV so I can go up live there instead of here. All right, so we got to work with each other. On Wednesday, we got Prison Talk. 9 o'clock, we got Prison Talk. And if you'd like, you could come on one of the Prison Talks if you'd like to come back on and you know, see how that works. And we got Grown Folks Talk on Friday at 9 o'clock. Now we're gonna do every other week with everything. With everything. It's gonna be so it's gonna be the first week of the month and the middle of the month, like the 1st and the 15th. You know what I mean? Right. Y'all know how the Mother's Days are. That's what we call it back in that platform. You know, the 1st and the 15th is Mother's Day. So we're gonna have Father's Day for us.
Sounds good.
This program, we're gonna be doing this in the first week of the month and the middle week of the month, whenever it falls on. All right. So it's every other week. You know what I mean? So I can have a life of my own too. You know what I mean?
All right.
I need to get a job being that I ain't getting enough cash apps.
That's so you're doing work. You working that internet, baby. That's merchandising. You got to get it out there.
People come around there support you.
Hey, this the first time I ever seen YouTube, man. When I came home 5-7 months ago, first time I seen YouTube, and you know I'm just doing me, man, and from the love and support from everybody, man. And like I said, anybody that got offended from anything that I've done in my life, not just since I've been home, in my life. You know, I apologize. You know what I mean? You can't hold a man responsible for what he don't know. You understand what I'm saying? Right. I tried to give y'all both sides of the coin with that interview. Y'all wasn't ready for it, so I pulled it. You know what I mean? And everybody saying, "Oh, you can't make everybody happy. Can't make everybody happy." Pull it up. Nah, but all I want to do is save one person, and I don't need it to be overshadowed with a bunch of negative comments and people trying to take something so positive as that video, which was classic. You know what I mean? That video is classic. It's gonna make history. You know what I mean? It's a little bit that I put up gonna make history if they open their mind enough to listen to what's being said. You know what I mean? Because we can both have our own individual opinions, but still stand up and talk as men. And that's what life is about.
Amen.
Having your own opinion, but still being a man to stand on what you believe in and welcome the next person's opinion, even if you don't agree with it. Because a lot of people say that I was a fool. I gave up my kids for 26 years. So I'm giving you the flip side. A lot of people say, "Oh man, you should show your kids over your homies on the street." But then what about their kids? What about when they take their kids from them? So right now, it was only my 7 kids that was affected. Instead of me bringing in 10 other people and affected 70 other children. And that's why I apologize to my own children. But my choices led me to have to stand on what is right and hold my responsibility for what I did. And all I tried to do was bring both sides of the coin, you know, so you can see why I did what I did and why the next person did what he did, even though it was contrary to what I did and what I would never do. But I'm not judging that man or any other man or woman for what they do. I'm just being who I am. And like I said, if I offended anyone again, and I'm going to say this throughout the year, because I really apologize if I offended anyone, because it wasn't to offend anyone. It was just to let the youth see all sides of the game and no, don't get involved with the game. So you don't have to make Unique's choice. You don't have to make the next person's choice. Just don't get in the game, and you don't have to worry about going to jail, telling on somebody, bringing someone else in, or none of that. You know what I mean? Now with that, man, I want to thank everybody again for coming. God bless you. And, you know, it is what it is, man. I love y'all, man. Thank you.
You too, baby. All right, peace.
All right, see you on Wednesday.
All right.
Big house.